You know you a queen. You know you a queen.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I have not done a sit down chit chat video in like a year, so I'm glad to be sitting down with y'all today to talk about some real topics, talk about some, you know, relationship things. Nothing too in-depth about my personal life, but just to touch bases on what I've been going through, how I've been getting through it, and ways and things to help you guys, because everybody be going through a lot of shit. It's a lot going on, especially with relationships, and I am 28 years old, so I want to use my platform to inspire younger girls, maybe, you know, just to help them out. But yeah, if you want to see how I do my makeup, I'm telling y'all how I do it and what I use in depth, and we're just gonna have a chit chat. If you have a glass of wine, get you a glass of wine and drink with me, do your makeup with me, get ready with me. I am not getting ready to do anything. I am actually probably just about to record another video and yeah, make some more content for my lovely channel, because I love y'all. Thank you for 1K. I'm over 1K followers. Thank you for 1K. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. So now I really gotta put in the work. So that's what we're doing. I'm pushing out some content. I got all of my ideas in my handy dandy notebook, and I'm coming at y'all with some videos because this is what I really want to do. So yeah, I love y'all. I hope y'all really like and enjoy this video and the topics that I discuss. I hope y'all can take something from it, positive, and yeah, let's heal together. Let's heal together. I feel like we're always in a state of healing, but it's better to go through it with other people who have been through similar situations than to feel like you're alone. You're never alone. If you ever need anybody, please just email me. My email will be down in the link below. We can discuss it. We can come up with some topics to discuss and work through it together. So yeah, I hope y'all like my makeup and enjoy this look, and enjoy the video. Make sure that y'all like this video. Make sure that y'all hit that subscribe button if you are not already subscribed, and make sure that y'all leave me some beautiful comments. Let me know what kind of content y'all want to see, what y'all want to see me talk about or hear me talk about next. And yeah, I love y'all so much, and thank you for tuning in to my channel. Alright guys, so right now I am just about to flat iron my hair. So I've already sprayed it down with my Neuro Style Protect. This is a Paul Mitchell brand, but anyway, I have micro lengths in my hair. They're about a week old. Yeah, they're like a week old. I haven't really been doing much to it. Some nights I wrap it, some nights I don't, because you know, sometimes I just fall asleep. Sometimes I just fall asleep without doing my nighttime routine. It is what it is. But yeah, first things first, this is a chit chat, get ready with me. I did do the intro for this already, but I'm about to pour me up a glass of wine, because some of the topics that I am going to discuss today, you know, are kind of heavy. Yeah, I'm drinking this wine by Brightlands. It is a sweet pineapple wine. It is grape wine with natural flavors and caramel color, or caramel color, however you pronounce it. And this is that. I wanted to focus. This is that. My friend got me this for my birthday. She also got me some sweet peach wine. I cannot remember the brand of that wine, but it's so good. It's so good. But yeah, this is your time to pause the screen, go get you a glass of wine or mix you up a drink, get you some whatever you want to drink, some Hennessy, you want some Casamigos, go get it. Cheers, guys. The first topic that I wanted to discuss is getting over heartbreak. And I think I just turned 28 2 weeks ago, literally 2 weeks ago on the 25th of March, and I get extremely emotional, especially as an adult. I get extremely emotional around my birthday, and I just feel like every year it just kind of gets a little bit more rough because I'm just in a place in my life where I want certain things for myself and I don't see it, like it's just not there. So, but at the same time, it's just kind of like I'm also in a phase where I'm not really where I want to be, but I'm a lot further than the average person my age. Like I've been in that position for, you know, a long time. So I feel like on the topic of heartbreak, I have recently gone through a situation where I was really hurt, and it's not so much, I don't really want to talk about that situation, like the specifics of it, because that's none of y'all's business. But it's just, I think the things that I went through following the ending of that situation, or going back and forth with that situation, I think a lot of women, even men, have dealt with it. I felt a lot of guilt after the heartbreak happened, and it wasn't guilt because I hurt somebody, it was guilt because I was so hurt by this person's actions. And the guilt that I was feeling was more so of like being mad at myself and feeling guilty for putting myself in a position to get hurt again. And it's just, I feel like I've been through so many breakups like this, so many situations where I'm putting myself in positions where I know these people aren't showing me any signs, or they're not checking off any boxes of the things that I require, the things that I want. I'm allowing these people to, you know, cross boundaries and stuff like that. That's the guilt that I felt like. I feel like I have continuously betrayed myself and, you know, broken my own heart in ways because there was no guarantee in certain situations. I feel like as women, I won't speak for all women, but I will speak for women who long for love, women who are hopeless romantics, and women who haven't really had a man show them, or long for a man to show them real, true, genuine love in the way that they want to see it, and they want a man in their life that's just going to protect them and just, like I said, just love them in the ways that they want to be loved. I just feel like it's a lot of us that have not seen that, and I feel like I am one of them. It's just kind of awkward to talk about because I thought I would have been way more emotional. I am kind of piecing this together as I go, so just excuse me, bear with me. So I think my purpose of coming on camera to talk about this is more so for me and my healing journey, and I just honestly feel like a part of my healing journey and what helps me get through everything is helping other people get through things by giving them examples of what I've been through, so maybe they can see what I've been through and think to themselves, I'm not about to put myself through that. I'm gonna listen and take her advice because I don't want to go through this situation. I'm in no ways an expert on relationships, none of that, because I'm just recently like figuring it out. So I just feel like my main problem with relationships is I want certain things, and if you show me one thing in the beginning, I'm always going to expect it, and I think that's everybody. But the thing that I need to fix about myself is continuing to deal with people who switch up just because I'm harboring those feelings that I had, or those feelings that they made me feel when we first started talking. You know, the promises are put out on the table, the expectations are put out on the table, intentions, the words are put on the table about what I should expect from the situation. So I just feel like I have moved off of potential. I have built feelings off of potential when really there was no action to back up the potential. And I feel like a part of me healing from being hurt is not really, you know, you can blame the other person all day every day for hurting your feelings, and you've been so transparent with this person and you just felt like they weren't keeping it real. But at the end of the day, the only person that you can control, the only person's feelings that you can control are your own. You cannot control anybody's actions towards you. You can reprimand people for their actions, but you can't control what they do. And I feel like that's something that I am trying to work on. It's just like, I feel like as soon as I see certain things, it's time to get the fuck on, or address it and hope they take heed and care about your feelings enough to change the things that make you uncomfortable, and go from there. And if you don't see them making the changes and continuing to do the things that make you uncomfortable, it's time for you to get on. Like, I feel like I've allowed people to show me over and over and over and over again who they were, and the person that they are isn't aligned up with the person that I want, so I should have exited myself out the chat. Alright, I'm gonna take a break from talking. I'm getting a little hot, y'all, so y'all can't see anything down here, so I'm about to unbutton I'm about to unbutton my shirt because it is very hot in here. So I'm gonna hurry up. I'm gonna do a speed through of me flat ironing my hair, but I just wanted to start y'all off on the basis of the conversation and hit on a few key points. But yeah, I'm using this 427 paddle brush, Paul Mitchell brand. Where are my clips? I had clips, but I don't think I brought them over here, so I'm gonna have to do without the clips. When I flat micro links, I want to show y'all what micro links look like. So I have left it micro links. There is I-tips are a form of micro links, I believe, but like it's a track. I don't know if y'all can see that too good, but I have my real hair out right here and it's pressed out, and then I have my micro links, the wefts in between, so it's very natural. But yeah, I'm just really pressing this through. It doesn't need a lot. I'm really just doing this for the top part, but I haven't put heat on it in about 6 days. I haven't put heat on it since Sunday, so yeah. But I feel like, so back to the topic of healing from heartbreak, I just really feel like a part of healing is to acknowledge and take accountability for the things that you could have done better for yourself. And in that, you don't want to beat yourself up over those things. You just want to, you know, you want to self-reflect. You want to be mindful of the things that you do for you, because at the end of the day, nobody's going to love you like you love yourself. You can hope and pray that the person that you fall in love with, whether they're selling you dreams or the, you know, situation just doesn't work out the way, or y'all the way that you imagined, or if y'all just come to the conclusion that y'all are just not meant to be, all of that causes some form of hurt, and just because it's an agreed upon situation, even though most times it's not, it still hurts. So it still hurts to end a chapter that you in your mind went in with the intentions of making it last forever. I feel like there's two phases for me when it comes to heartbreak. When somebody has betrayed your trust and you just, you know in your mind that you're not going back. I feel like on one side it's hurt and pain and regret, and then on the other side it's relief, knowing that you made it out of this situation alive. Because I'm pretty sure it's a lot of women who go through much worse, and you made it out of this situation to see another day and to make better decisions going forward. You're not supposed to go backwards, and I feel like I've gone backwards so many times, and honestly I have beaten myself up recently about that, because it's just like, damn, how many times I'm thinking to myself, how many times am I going to allow this to happen? How many times am I going to be put in a situation where a man shows me that he's not worth a damn, and I still try to see the best in him? And there's sometimes people just aren't good people. Like it's just like what it might sound like a cliche, but you really do have to sit down sometimes, think about the person that you're stressing out about, and be like, damn, like let me weigh out the pros and cons. Like, what is making me stay? And if the things that are making you stay are the things that you have conjured up in your head to believe about this person, and not the things that they are showing you, it's time to look at yourself and be like, pull it together. And I'm not saying this in a judgment way, I'm saying this in a way of, I have done this and I'm telling you what I have come up with. Like, I've had to self-reflect plenty of times, time and time again. I feel like God just kept putting me in situations that were similar and making them hurt a little bit more each time until I got myself together. I've been really slack on my boundaries. I really need to sit down and figure out, what does the man that I want to be with look like? What is the man that I need in my life for the future, for my kids to build a family with? What qualities does he possess? These people, it's just like, I need to stop putting my eggs in one basket. So just because I start talking to somebody and I really like how it's going doesn't mean that I have to stop talking to other people straight off the bat. Like, I just feel like we have to be, as women, I feel like as men always have options. I feel like as women, we don't allow ourselves to have options because of what other people are going to think about us. But at the end of the day, people are going to come up with whatever narrative they want to come up about when it comes to you. People really don't, I really honestly don't think people really care about the facts. If people will know the facts about a situation, they're still going to think what they want to think. Like, if a person genuinely in their mind, they see that the sky is blue, everybody sees that the sky is blue, but if another person in their mind genuinely feels like the sky is purple, there is no point in anybody getting stressed out and trying to make this person see that the sky is purple. Just go with the people that are like-minded as you and see things in the same, in the same way as you. So I feel like as a woman, I'm kind of just now, I'm still growing as a woman, and I'm kind of just now realizing, I really need to sit down and have a talk with myself and figure out what my standards are for dating. Because what I'm doing and what I'm basing, I guess the standards that I thought I had were not very, you know, concrete standards. And I'm constantly being hurt. So I just feel like that's a factor when it comes to healing. You have to think about those things. And I feel like I feel like you don't really have to stop dating, but you do need to stop jumping into things so seriously so quick if you're not sure, especially if that person isn't showing you all of the things that you need to that they need to show you to prove that they want to be with you, or that they want you in their lives. And I just think that I can't say that people move too fast, because there really is no time limit on feelings. No time limit on feelings. Like, time doesn't dictate feelings is what I'm trying to say. I feel like if a person, when you get out of a situation and when you're getting out of a situation, you're trying to heal, or you're just plain out reevaluating your boundaries and your standards and stuff like that, I feel like it's very important to go off of the things that somebody is showing you. So if it's been a week or even like a month and you've been dating this person and they've been checking off everything that you need them to check off in order to, you know, prove themselves to you, why wait another 6 months to make it official or to share your feelings with that person? I don't think, because it's just like people that you could be dating somebody for 6 months and they don't show you anything, and you can be dating somebody for a fucking week and they're doing everything in their power to show you that they love you in ways that the person that took 6 years of wasting your time could not do. So, you know, it's just really all about practicing better discernment, and yeah, just practicing better discernment. And not, I feel like healing, when you break up, when you're going through heartbreak, you kind of go through that. I went through this. I went through it for like a week and I was like, I ain't dating nobody again, fuck that, fuck these. But I definitely went through that. But at the end of the day, it's just like, that's not what I want. I really do want a relationship. I really do. I'm 28. I am having baby fever like a mug, and I want a family. Like, I want to be in love, and I don't want to rush. I don't necessarily want to rush in those things, but I do want those things within the next 2 years to happen to me. And I've actually been wanting them to happen for a long time. So it's just like, now that I'm getting older, it's just like I'm kind of just like sitting back, like, okay, so what do I need to change about myself to where I will attract, or what do I need to look for in these men that will align with what I want in the future, or what I want in the next 2 years? I need to talk to men who have like feelings as me, who show me, not just tell me what their feelings are for me and what they want. I need you to show me that the things that you are doing are aligning with the things that I want. So you're still out in these streets. It's nothing wrong with turning up or anything like that, because I still go out and turn up. But are you open to the conversation of turning up less? And, you know, are you opening up the conversation of, are we having the conversations about settling down and starting families and what we want? What is our 5-year plan? Do our plans align? Do you see me as the person that you are acting out these plans with? I just feel like it's healing is about that, realizing what you want out of your next partner, realizing things about yourself that you may need to change. That, I'm sorry, there's a lot of commotion going on outside. But yeah, like, a part of healing is just realizing, sitting down and having those honest conversations with yourself, to help you realize things that will help you in the future, that that help you you need to come to a realization on what you want. You need to come to a conclusion about what you really want, what you're really looking for, and go after people that are showing you those specific things. So I'm also really big on this saying, and my friend tells me this all the time, and I think it to be true, and everybody doesn't have to agree with me. But she always tells me, she's like, my grandma always told me that a man has to like you 10 times more than you like him for it to work. And I honestly believe that. So it's kind of like, I won't say, because I'm the type of person, I'm not just gonna hide my feelings based off of that. Like, if I'm feeling somebody, if I'm liking somebody and I'm dating somebody and we're taking it slow, but I feel myself catching deeper feelings, of course I'm going to let you know. But at the same time, I do still feel like that statement is true, because guys, I feel like guys do tend to move at a slower pace than women. Which isn't always true, but in some cases, men do tend to move at a slower pace than women. Men do tend to move at a slower pace than women when it comes to anything. But I'm not gonna harp on that narrative, because I feel like that's an excuse. I feel like that saying, or saying that, has been used by men as a crutch for them to just be fuckboys. And I feel like at a certain age, you should just know what you want. Like, there's no excuse. You should just know what you want. I don't feel like your life you have to have figured out, but you should know as an adult what you want for your future, and you need to be honest about that, especially when you're playing these dating games. So if you know that you are not the type of person that's going to be a monogamous person, you need to maybe explore things about yourself that may be into polyamory. Like, you need to explore those parts about you, because why get in these relationships with people and give them the expectation that you're going to do good by them, and or you're into the same thing that they're into, which is being with one person, and then you go out and be with 5 other bitches. For one, that's not really safe. And I know guys, they're not into their health like that. It's people that aren't into their health like that. You bring stuff home, like you give people diseases, like that's not cool. Like, it's not cool. You're out here playing in the field on a person that's being faithful to you, and that's not fair. It's not cool, especially if they're not coming into the situation expecting that out of you. You know that you can't be faithful in a relationship, and the first thing that you need to be doing when you date is looking for people who are also into poly relationships. You also, even if you don't know that person is into poly relationships, you also need to be having this conversation with the people that you're dating. Like, I'm into monogamous relationships, so when I go in and talk to a guy, I want you to know, like, I want you to myself, as far as I don't want you talking to no other bitches. I don't want you dating no other bitches. I don't tolerate cheating. That just is what it is. And I'm not saying that that is how you should approach, specifically how you should approach situations, but I'm just saying, like, make your intentions very known from the beginning. But the topic is healing, getting over heartbreak or healing from heartbreak. A big part of that is taking accountability for your own feelings. So, like I said, nobody can control, you can't control how anybody treats you. You can't control how you move after that person treats you. Only you can dictate how easily it's going to be for you to move. And I can't tell you, oh, the first time they show you something, be done with it, because everybody does stuff on their own time. But please just be smart about it, because I feel like everybody at least once in their life has allowed themselves to overlook certain shit about people, and it's just not life just don't work that way. Like, people at our age, I'm dating men in their 30s, your brain is fully developed. You know exactly, people know exactly what the fuck they be doing. So people know exactly what they be doing. Knowing your worth, know what you're worth. Like, nobody deserves to get hurt. Nobody deserves to get hurt. Go where you are loved, go where you are valued, go where that man is going above and beyond for you. Like, go where you're loved. And I feel like I honestly do believe once you let go of certain situations mentally, it might take a while for you to completely heal. I won't say let that hinder you from talking and dating other people, because what I'm saying is wait until you're over that situation with that person. So for example, I'm not hurt anymore. I feel like I've already been hurt by this person. They've done all they could do to me, or that will allow them to do to me. And I'm at the point where it's just like, I'm not doubling back, but I'm also not hindering myself. I'm not closing myself off to the possibilities of dating someone new, or letting somebody treat me right. I'm open to that. I think the part that I'm on right now is the guilt, getting over the guilt and the shame, and beating myself up for allowing myself to be hurt so many fucking times. I'm not really harping on the person no more. Fuck them. Honestly, fuck them. But yeah, I'm not harping on that situation. It's more so me right now dating and playing the field and seeing, you know, what I like. And I know some women are like, I don't date more than one guy at a time, and that is fine. That is fine. But do not let that hinder you from having other options. And as far as options, I'm not saying you have to have 10 men lined up, or 10 women, whatever you choose to, whatever your preference is. You don't have to have 10 men or women lined up. And you don't have to be going to dinner with a different person every other day to have options. What I mean is, don't psych yourself out. Don't settle and put all your eggs in one basket to the point where you feel like you wasted so much time talking to this one person and you could have been talking to somebody else. If you know in your heart that that's not a situation that's working out for you, cut it off. Don't invest things into people prematurely. And the premature thing isn't about time. It's about, like I said, it's about what they show you. So if this person isn't showing you what you want to see when you want to see it, or they're just not giving off any type of, they're just not doing anything that you like, just cut it off and move on. Don't get too invested too prematurely before they show you who they really are. But once the person shows you who they really are, either it's gonna match up with what you want or it's not. Alright, I finished my lashes. I have my eyebrows on, and I'm about to start on my foundation. I only have like 30 minutes of film time left, so I use the Fenty Beauty foundation in the color 410. I use the Pro Filter one. There's nothing really to see, and so I just put a little on like that. With the foundation, you kind of gotta work fast. I do my makeup pretty fast because it oxidizes very fast and kind of dark. This is my favorite foundation. I haven't used a different foundation in 3 years. All I have used is the Fenty Pro Filter. I've been using it since it came out. I think it came out 2018, 2019. And that's about as long as I've been using it. Now I'm just using my brushes from Janae Moore Cosmetics. And I will link her stuff below. We are cool. I went to college with her. She has her own line of beauty products. Her brushes are amazing. I've been using these brushes about as long as I've been using Fenty, so I've had these brushes for 3 years. And I have not really bought another set. They don't really shed. If they do shed, they don't shed a lot. You might get like 1 or 2 brush hairs here and there, but I feel like that's normal with any good brush. These are top tier brushes, and I've had them so long that they don't even have the engraved words on them anywhere. I don't know if y'all saw me look around, but yeah, I use her flat stippling brush for my foundation. And that is pretty much all she wrote. So now that I have my foundation on, we can continue with the conversation or the chit chat. The next topic that I wanted to talk about, I want to talk about dealing with narcissistic men. And I don't want to get too deep into the topic of narcissism or what narcissism really means. And I'm not trying to diagnose nobody. That ain't what I'm here to do. What I'm here to do today, I'm not trying to bash anybody. What I'm here to do today is tell y'all experiences that I have gone through, experiences that my friends have gone through, and how they should be dealt with whenever you find yourself, or if you ever find yourself in positions dealing with just bottom tier men. And I'm not even gonna just talk about narcissistic men. I'm gonna talk about how to bounce back after dealing with a bottom tier man. So I have a story. When I was doing my lashes, I had took a little break or whatever. And I have posted earlier on my story the topics that I was going to discuss, and I felt like it's more so for me, but I also know that there's people out here that have gone through the same things that I've gone through that are in a place of healing that could, you know, heal even more if they heard my story or heard how I've gotten through what I've gotten through. So my friend from high school messaged me, and she was like, yes, need this. I just broke up with a narcissist, and this MF went on a rage and spat every trauma he knew I had back at me. He blew up over the smallest thing and tried to control me and got infuriated when I bucked back. I learned the empath in me attracts people like that, and they take advantage. So I have to love myself more and set more boundaries. I've reached an awakening and have been listening to several YouTubers talking about healing and explaining things, etc. You would help a lot of people as well. Here for it. And so I replied back to her, and in her next message she was like, yes, you can share. That's cool with me. And girl, so true. Men will only continue to do what we accept and allow. It's just so sad how they are walking around unaware or just don't care. And there is always another victim who is unaware or hasn't healed, and they prey on that and discard them once the woman demands respect. So that's a big thing. I'm not sure how people get diagnosed with being narcissistic, with narcissistic personality, but I have felt like I have dealt with a narcissist before. I'm pretty sure that they weren't diagnosed, because I'm just pretty sure this person just doesn't care to work on their mental health, because a lot of the times these people don't realize that they have an issue. But outside of that, it's just people who know that they have a negative issue, people who treat people bad and they don't want to seek guidance for the things that they do to people. You know, you just chalk them down to being a bad person. Like, I can't care more about your mental health than you care. But I feel like when you're dealing with bottom tier men, bottom tier people in general, you just, like she said, you just kind of gotta like know your worth. I'm using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Concealer, Instant Retouch Concealer, and I'm using it in the color 330. And I just put it in these areas. As you can see, I don't put it on my chin. I can put a little bit on my chin, but I don't really put it down here. If I do put anything down here, it's just excess. And then I just take, it's like a slanted brush, and I use this for my concealer. I always use this for my concealer, and I always use this one for my foundation, and I switch in between the two to blend. I go back to this one to kind of blend my concealer in with my foundation. But anyway, I feel like when dealing with bottom tier men, I feel as though you kind of just gotta, your self-respect and your self-worth have to be stronger than your feelings. So it's just like, I feel like with narcissistic men, and I'm saying I feel like because I'm not educated in this, but I feel like with narcissistic bottom tier men who are used to hurting women, or they portray them, I feel like they portray themselves to be a certain way in the beginning, and then once they realize that you are comfortable, they turn into a monster. And with narcissistic men, they have a way of showing, sorry y'all, they have a way, and it's a very good, they're very clever. They have a good way of showing, hold on. Narcissistic men have a good way of showing that, or hiding who they really are to outside people. So if you share a friend group, for example, so if you share a friend group with people or with your man, and now all of a sudden you behind closed doors, you're going through a whole bunch of nonsense, he's putting you through a whole bunch of nonsense, he's abusing you mentally, physically, emotionally, and you confide in these people that I'm being mistreated this way, I'm being abused. A lot of the times those people don't believe you, because this person has put on a front to everybody else. He's nice to everybody else. It's always, oh well, I never had that experience with him because I always seen that he was a nice person, this, that, and the other. So it kind of takes away the validity of your feelings or the things that actually happen in the situation, because nobody else believes you because they haven't seen that side. But you're never going to see the same side that a person sees when you're in a relationship. Like, you're never going to see it. So I feel like that in itself, I've gone through that, and I feel like even when I did show proof of this person is fucking nuts, like, I felt like people just didn't believe me, and it kind of put me in a dark place, because I'm just like, well damn, like, the person that I fell in love with is just not who they portray themselves to be. I feel manipulated all the time, and then on top of that, I don't feel like I have a listening ear or somebody that I can talk to or confide in. These people that I trusted with my life or with my secrets or trusted as a friend, they just aren't helping me. Or they don't believe me. And when the narcissist gets confronted by the outside people for clarity on the situation, which I think is weird, they lie about it. So it's just like your word against everybody else's experience with that person and their lies. So I feel like with narcissists, they manipulate a lot of situations to make you stay with them. So once they feel like you are detaching yourself, it angers them. It really does anger them. I don't know why I look so white on this camera. I don't like that. But I'm taking this brush and I'm blending. My makeup looks really white on this camera, but I promise you it is not. It is not. But yeah, like I was saying, once a narcissist feels like you're detaching yourself from them and you start standing up for yourself and calling them out on your bullshit, that's when shit gets really manipulative and toxic. That's why I want to relate this back to the other topic of getting over heartbreak, when I was just like, you know, you got to kind of reevaluate what you want. Once something starts turning into something that's totally different from what you signed up for, it's just time to get the fuck jet like that up out of here. Get the fuck up out of here. Like, once you start seeing crazy shit on a consistent basis, or just crazy shit that you just don't want to put up with, dip. And I understand it might be hard depending on how much feelings you've invested, but it's just, you gotta try to get out of that situation before it turns into something that it doesn't need to be. So right now I'm putting on my contour. I have the matte skin stick contour stick in the color Truffle, and that's what that looks like. I kind of think I might need a little darker, but I just put that around. As y'all can see, I put it on my forehead. I put it on this area, I put it under my lip and around my chin. I typically don't use this on a regular basis because I try to do my makeup in as little steps as possible, but I'm using it today for the purposes of this video. But I'm taking my small contour brush from Sephora, the Sephora brand, and I'm just gonna blend this out. But dealing with bottom tier men and narcissistic men, it can get tricky. A lot of them are manipulative. They try to make it seem like it's you, and it's really them, and it's just really no point in you sitting around and lowering your standards or lowering yourself to their level to try to get them to change, because they're not going to change. They're not going to change. And even when you think that they're changing, they're just coming up with new ways to manipulate you or to get over and take advantage of you in the situation that they have with you, because they know once you take a narcissist back over and over again, they never change. They just change. They never change, like, character wise. They just change the things that they do and how they do it. And honestly, it's just like, really, once you take somebody back after hurting you, how many times have you taken them back and it's just been like, oh well, I'm just super in love with them? At that point, I just feel like when you take somebody back that's hurt you to a certain extent, or has done things, they showed you their true colors and showed you that they're not a good person, I feel like when you just taking them back, it's just out of comfortability. It's just out of comfort. It's not out of love. And I need y'all to get, even myself, this is advice for myself, I need y'all to get comfortable with being uncomfortable for a little bit, until you can find until you find who you really want to be with. I understand history, all that good shit. History don't mean nothing if you can't treat me good in the present and you don't plan on treating me good in the future. History don't mean nothing. History means nothing. And unfortunately, you know, if you have kids with a person, I know it's harder to let go of certain situations, but at the same time, do you really want your kid growing up and watching you get treated a certain way? No, you don't. Because then what do you raise? You raise boys who think it's okay to treat other women that way, and then you raise girls that think it's okay to continue to get treated that way by men. So, or whoever they choose to be with, men or women. And that's not okay. And you could also raise men that, girls that are narcissists, that take advantage of men at their weakest, or when, I wouldn't even say when they're at their weakest. They take advantage of people. You just raise people who either take advantage of people when they see that they're comfortable, or when they see that they have their guard down, or you raise people who get got. And I was one of those people. So but yeah, I feel like life is just, as I get older, I'm starting to want more. Like I said earlier, I want to be married. I want to be married in the next 2 years. I want to have kids in the next 2 years. Like I really want to be a mother. And I always say I'm not big on marriage. I'm not big on marriage. And I felt like I didn't really believe that. Like, I'm not pressed to the point where I feel like I have to rush in and get married to somebody. But that is one of my goals in life, to get married and build a beautiful, healthy, mentally stable family. So before, I don't always put primer on because I don't really need it, but sometimes when I do feel like putting primer on, because I didn't put it on today and I just realized because I saw it in my case, when I do use primer, of course I use the Fenty Beauty primer, and it's the Pro Filter Soft Silk. This is the hydrating primer. So this is more like wintertime, or yeah, wintertime primer. They have a matte primer and they have this primer, but this is the one that I have right now, and it's about out, so I haven't really been using it. So you see how fast my makeup, my foundation application was, my contour was. So right now I'm about to go in with my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Banana Translucent Powder. This is the Instant Retouch Setting Powder. So I just take it like this. I take my Makeup Designery 710S powder brush, and I typically dip it. I'll usually dip it in here, get a little bit on the tip, and then I put it in the top. Like that. And then I set this to the side. And I knock some of that off. Blow it, whatever I need to do. And then I go under my eyes. I pack it on, not a heavy layer, like a pack on a light layer. Because I don't want to look dead or cakey under the eyes. I just want to be not glossy and oily. I want to be matte. I'll take it under my nose, above my lip. Put it on the sides of my nose because I have not contoured my nose yet. I don't cream contour my nose, I just powder contour, so you can put it all over, honestly. And then take a little bit on the tip and then go down the bridge of my nose. Like so. And then take some and put it on my forehead and a little bit on my lid, because my lids tend to get a little oily. And then I'll put some on my chin and around my mouth. Alright, and so then after I do my translucent powder, I take, what brush is this? I don't know what type of brush this is, but this is my Paul Mitchell powder brush. It's obviously a powder brush. And I take my True Match. I've been using this for years. This is almost the only thing Fenty that I don't use, or the only thing that I use that's not Fenty. This is the only thing that's not Fenty that I use, just about, besides my brow pomade. My brow pomade is Anastasia in Ebony, and I use the brush that goes with that. But I take this brush, do a little circle. This is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder in the color Neutral N7 Classic Tan, or the Tone Neutral color N7 Natural Tan. So, and then I go over my whole face and neck, like so, like that, like so. But I'm gonna show y'all in a different light what my face looks like. I don't know what it is about this camera. I'm about to just start recording off of my iPhone. Okay, so back to the topic. I feel, what was I saying before? yeah, but I feel like you just have to be mindful and think about what you want out of your future. Like, do you really want to be dealing with somebody that's mentally abusive? And I just feel like mental abuse is like the gateway to physical abuse, especially when they see they have you trapped in a situation with them. So it's just like, also when it comes to men, I understand that y'all want to go all in with men. When you feel in love, you want to go all in with your man. You want to live with him. You want to share your life with this person, and that's valid. That is, honey, that's a goal. I mean, that's what you want to come out of a long-term relationship. You want a partnership, but you got to be smart. You got to be smart. You got to have your own shit. You got to have your own shit. So if you know that you can't afford a $5,000 apartment, I don't know, you know, a high-rise apartment, a nice high-rise apartment might be $5,000 a month. If you know, okay, I'll just be more realistic. If you know that you can't afford a $2,000 apartment by yourself, do not move in with a man that got you in a $2,000 apartment. Just because, especially if he's the one paying the rent, don't move nowhere with a nigga and he doesn't put your name. Don't move nowhere that you can't afford with if that man was to leave you by yourself today, could you afford the place that you staying at? Or would you get put out? Would you get evicted? Now, he done left you in a situation to where you're getting evicted, so now your credit's being affected. Don't put yourself in a position to where everything is in your name. Because now, when he walks out, even if he can't afford it, when he leaves, he's not sharing no responsibility for anything, so he doesn't have to. Those people, when they come looking for your money, they're not going to be looking for him. They're going to be looking for you. Another thing, I just feel like just be smart. I just lost my train of thought. I'm sorry, y'all. But just be smart with the decisions that you make. Make sure that even if you are in a situation where you have a man that supports you financially, make sure that all the things that he does for you, and as far as your needs, like your shelter, your food, make sure that you can afford the stuff that you need to afford, even if somebody else is taking care of you. Because anybody can wake up on the wrong side of the bed one day and decide they don't want to be with you no more. They don't want to support you no more. They don't want to do this no more. They don't want you in their house no more. So it's just like, you shouldn't go into situations with an exit plan, but you definitely need to be prepared. You just have to be prepared as a person. Like, I just don't even feel like that's an exit strategy. Like, it's not like something that you need to think about like every day, like, oh, what if he does this to me, da, 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 da. But you need to be prepared you need to hope for the best, prepare for the worst when it comes to anybody, man or female, man or woman. But so yeah, I think that's really what I wanted to talk about today, because I feel like if I keep talking, I'm gonna be rambling. But I feel like the gist of what we talked about today, I feel like, know your word. Sit down, get a notebook. I am a whore for notebooks. I have about 5 notebooks. I never throw away a notebook. I put my thoughts, I organize stuff in here. I put my schedule in here. I do everything in these notebooks. Get you something to write your thoughts down on. Organize your thoughts and put in your, the situations you might want to write down, or just sit down with yourself and think about the situation that you're in, and then ask yourself, does this situation that I'm in align with what I want in the future? And then if it's a no, remove yourself immediately. If it's a yes, then continue to work on it. No situation is going to be perfect, but no situation should be hurting you mentally or emotionally. There's no situation worth your mental health suffering. So, and that's just what I had to learn, and that's really what I wanted to talk about today, is getting over coping with heartbreak. And also, I wanted to add on to this, I'm very big on, I have this part down pat. I never take my baggage from previous relationships and take it into my current or my next relationship. So whatever, I'm not going to punish my current man or my next man for the things that my ex-man did. At that point, you also need to, if you're doing that, ma'am, I get it, I understand, but that just means that you need to take some more time to yourself and figure yourself out and work on your insecurities that were, caused as of, that were brought on by trauma. Work on those insecurities, but don't make anybody suffer for the things that you went through before. With somebody else, especially if they're not doing those same things. And I wouldn't say don't harp on what somebody has done to you in the past, but you can I do feel like people do sometimes use stuff against you, but I feel like when you finally trust the person that you plan to date next, I feel like it is important for you to give them case in point, give them examples of what you've been through before and what you're not going to tolerate, period. Give them, when you're in the dating phase, when you're in that cupcake phase, that talking phase, those are the discussions you need to be having. You need to be having discussions about what your boundaries are and what you expect from that person that you're dating. And if you want a relationship, don't let no man, if you know that you want a relationship, if you know in your spirit, in your mind that, okay, this next person that I'm talking to, I want a relationship out of, I want to build a friendship that eventually builds in a relationship. Make those intentions clear. And if they're coming out of their mouth and saying stuff like, I just want to go with the flow, I just want to go slow, no ma'am. Keep your options open at that point, honey, because they're gonna tell you, oh, I just want to move slow, you know, but I want to do it. They want to do all the relationship shit without the relationship. That's a red flag. Now, if they're saying they want to move slow, they still take you out on dates. They're still courting you the way that you want to be courted and doing the things that you want them to do with you. I don't see anything wrong with not rushing, but I do see a problem with a guy, his words not matching up with the things that he's trying to do. So you can't be telling me, oh, you want to move slow in a relationship, and you know that I don't really want to have sex with anybody until I'm in a relationship, but you're pressing me for sex. That don't align. So exit stage left. Don't align with what you want, don't fucking do it, period. So my makeup is done. The chat is pretty much done. I'm about to finish up my makeup. I'm about to do my lips. So I use NYX lip liner in the color brown. I usually use the espresso because it's a little darker, but I don't have a pencil sharpener. So I can't use it until I buy a sharpener. But I need to invest in a sharpener instead of continuing to buy new eyeliner pencils. Lip liner pencils. I feel like I'm trying to find a lip liner that lasts longer. So if you know of any lip liners that last longer, let me know down in the comment section. Because I find that lip liners don't actually last long. Like, and I have to keep reapplying and reapplying it. Even though I like how smooth it goes on, I want something that's gonna last. Like if I'm out smoking hookah or drinking a little bit, I want it to last. I find that eyeliner works, but I feel like eyeliner is like the eyeliner sticks, they're a little rough. Or maybe I'm just using the wrong ones, but I don't know. They're not like the right. They don't come in a lot. Eyeliner pencils don't come in a lot of shades, so they don't come in a wide range of shades like lipstick or lip liners do. So anyway, I'm about to line my lips with the brown NYX lip pencil. Take my soft matte lip cream by NYX or NYX in the color Cairo, and I'm gonna put that in the middle of my lips where there's no liner. That is the base for my lips, and then I go on top. I probably could go on top of this with a clear gloss, but I'm not gonna go on top yet. So I used to use the molasses chip as my highlight, but as you can see, it's down to the nubs. I'm gonna try because it's a piece in the corner here. See if I can smash that up real quick. Use that. Okay, I got a little bit. Yeah, I got enough on here to use as highlight. So yeah, I love that. It's like just the perfect shine. It matches so perfectly. Sometimes if I don't have enough, or sometimes I feel like I'll just use this color right here, the satin sheets, or I'll use the cafe eyelet. I don't know how to pronounce that. But yeah, I just typically use the molasses chip, the satin sheets, or the cafe. I could use this palette for other things. I'm gonna try. I don't really know how to do my eyeshadow. I'm not really good with color coordination. If I don't use that, I don't have my other palettes, but if I don't use this palette for my highlight, I use my eyeshadow, my other eyeshadow kit that has like a shimmery brown in it, or like a light bronzy color, a shimmery bronze color. I just put it on the tip of my nose, down the middle right there, and then I put it under my brows. And then I put it on my Cupid's bow. Give me some shine down in here. And I don't usually do this part. I'm gonna do it today. I don't wear blush, even though I might start. I feel like since I've I've started gaining some weight, especially in my face. My cheekbones are starting to pop out more. But it'll hit a little bit on there, and then I take my brush that I did my I take my brush that I did my concealer with, and I go on top and kind of pat that in just to blend it in with my makeup. And that is about it. All right, and then for a setting spray, I use the NYX Dewy Finish setting spray. So this is basically like my makeup routine. This is what I do anytime I go out, anytime I put makeup on. This is what I do. It's nothing really that special. This is just what I do. Okay, and then I take, sometimes I'll leave it matte like this, but for right now I'm gonna put a little gloss on it. I take this, I usually use my Fenty gloss, but I'm running out of it, so I'm not gonna even try. But I take this Invite's NYX Lingerie Gloss, and it is in the color Honeymoon. This is a very good gloss. It's very good. It's nice and buttery. I like it. I like anything for lips, Invite's. Face, Fenty. Lips, Fenty lip gloss is okay. I like it. Alright, so guys, this is the finished makeup look. I just did my little smize in the camera for me to put as like a slow-mo preview for whatever. But this is the final look. I really am not feeling... Okay, there we go. This is the final look. I'm not feeling how my camera wants to focus so brightly on my face, but I hope y'all liked it. I really hope y'all liked my hair. My lips is popping. But yeah, this is the final look.
You can't even sit in peace, 'cause all of these niggas be on you.
Talk, but yeah, I hope that y'all enjoyed the conversation, and I also hope that it made you feel better. Don't be too hard on yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Like, it's okay, you'll get through it. Just, you know, try to pick yourself up and figure out what you can do better going forward. We're in this together, and I love y'all. Don't forget, like I said in the beginning, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video to somebody who might need it. Yeah, so bye guys, I'll see y'all in the next video.